If you're really trying to build your booty, but you can't make it to the gym, don't worry, I got you. I'm actually sharing my 5 favorite home exercises for a killer booty. There might be a number of reasons why you don't want to work out in the gym. Maybe it's because you have small kids and you can't get them there in time. Maybe it's because you feel intimidated at the gym. Or maybe you just like the efficiency of being home and getting your sweat on. If that's you, these 5 exercises are going to help you build a booty in the comfort of your own home. I'm not only going to tell you the 5 exercises, but I'm going to explain why I chose them and why they're beneficial. And then I'll also walk you through the form cues so that you make sure that you're doing them correctly. When I perform these exercises, I usually like to do 3 to 4 sets of each one, and I'll do it in a circuit. So I'll complete all 5 exercises for about 10 to 15 reps, depending on how heavy you're going. The first exercise is a fire hydrant. I love this exercise because it really targets that medial glute muscle while engaging the core. When you're doing this movement, you really want to avoid arching your back. So instead, engage your core, and when you're lifting your foot at the very top, pause for just a minute and squeeze those glutes, and you're gonna feel the burn. I love putting a weight behind my knee, and then I'll kind of squeeze it with the back of my leg. If you can't do that or you don't have weights, don't worry, you can always do this exercise without a dumbbell, or you can even use a resistance band. I would suggest doing about 10 to 15 on each leg, depending on how heavy you go. Remember, in order to build a booty, you really have to go as heavy as possible. So if you're a beginner, work your way up to it. If you are used to working out and you're pretty experienced, I want you to challenge yourself on these. The next exercise is a lunge forward and lunge back. This is kind of like a TikTok lunge. I love that it gets different areas of your leg muscles. You have your glutes and you have your quads and you have even a little bit of hamstring. And then it's going to engage your core, and it's hand-eye coordination because you're going forward and you're going back. So it's going to help speed up your heart rate as well, which in turn burns more calories. So with this exercise, when you're lunging forward and lunging back, I want you to really pay attention to your knee. Make sure that your knee is in line with your toe. And if your knee ever goes over your toe, then you just want to step out a little bit farther. If you have any knee issues, only do the back lunge, not the forward lunge, because it's going to ease up on the pressure on your knees and it'll be a little more comfortable for you. I would do about 10 to 15 reps on each leg. The next exercise is a step up and then a lunge down. So when you're doing the step up, be careful of how high you go. Depending on your level of fitness experience, you can either use a chair so that you're at a 90-degree angle. You can use a step like on your stairs if you want something that's not going to be quite as steep. Whatever you choose, I want you to make sure that it is definitely stable because I don't want you wobbling. And the reason why I chose this exercise is because it directly targets that booty. It's going to help to lift that booty so you have a nice shelf rounded look that you're looking for. When performing this exercise, I want you to pay attention to your knee alignment. Again, whenever you're doing something like a lunge, you always want to make sure that your knee is in line with your toe when you step up. And then when you lunge down with the opposite leg, you want to make sure that your front knee is in line with your front toe as well. The next exercise is a hip bridge on the floor. So fun fact, hip bridges are actually the most beneficial exercise you can do in building your glutes. The heavier you go, the better it is because your glutes are going to build even quicker. So make sure to challenge yourself if you can, that you're going to lie on the floor. If you have dumbbells, you can place your dumbbells on your hips. And then when you come up, you're going to squeeze your glutes at the top. I want you to challenge yourself to just hold that top for just a little bit, a few seconds, squeezing those glutes, and then you gently come back down. A little trick you can do is I want you to inhale and then exhale and squeeze your core together, and then do your lift. Keep those glutes tight and then come back down. Okay, that's really going to engage your core and your pelvic floor at the same time. When performing this exercise, you can do about 10 to 15 reps. The last exercise is going to be a deadlift, but it's a single leg deadlift. I incorporated this because it's harder than a regular deadlift in the fact that you're actually balancing on one leg. And it's just adding a little more element to recruit some more muscle fibers in this exercise. It's also going to engage your core since you're trying to balance. So when you're performing this exercise, I want you to have just a slight bend in the knee. You never want to lock out your knee. Make sure that your back is straight and you're going to go slow, nice and gently, keeping that back straight, and then keeping the dumbbell as close to your leg as possible when you're going down, and then also when you're squeezing on your way up. Squeeze those glutes through the entire movement and then stand up nice and tall. In this exercise, you'll do about 10 to 15 on each side, depending on how heavy you go. Hopefully you enjoyed these booty workouts. You can honestly do them anywhere with or without weight, and you'll still feel amazing. If you like this video, I want you to check out my next video, what people think will build a booty versus what actually builds a booty. I'm BodyByBree. Thank you for joining me to create the healthiest, happiest version of yourself, and I will see you back here next time.